Okay, don't try this at home, boys and girls. It's dangerous. Sharp knives and all that type of stuff. Okay, what we're trying to do now is just remove the Velcro. Once we've got the first couple of stitches, sorry. Okay. Once we've got the stitches, we'll just start to pull. We don't shorten the sleeve. We want the jacket to remain the same size, and what we're trying to do is stop wind blowing up the arm. Okay, and the next thing to do is to pull this off, and here's one I did earlier. Okay, pull the loose bits of thread out the way, and now what we're going to do is put the cuff on. The cuff itself has to be wide at one end and narrow at the other. It's one piece of fabric, cord cuffing, stitched and then turned inside out. So it will fit on the arm, but will allow the hand through and actually grip. We use this material because it's not affected by heat or damp. And the last thing is that you want a cuff that wraps around the wrist and holds onto the moisture, thereby cooling the blood, which affects the core temperature. Right. We use a big heavy industrial sewing machine like this because what we're going to be doing is applying a lot of pressure onto the cuffing because we want it to stretch round the jacket. So what we do now is we stretch the cuffing Now the cuffing itself is actually cut using scissors, so just stitching it on is no good. We're stitching it on using this heavy machine just to hold everything in place, and then we will run it over through an overlocker. Okay. I'll just trim off what I don't want. Okay. So it's now sitting in place, but you can see there are frayed edges here and they'll start to come undone and cause all sorts of problems. So what we do now is put it under the overlocker. It's a noisy machine, but there we go. We've now sealed the edges so it can't run off, and actually it won't rub or chafe. The next thing to do is to run a second row of stitching run a second row of stitching now over there.
Huh? No, it's fine. Then we'll go back in now and dress it.
The last thing we want happening is the cuffs coming away while you're on operations. So trim off the loose threads. Some might say this is over engineering, spending too much stitching it on. As I say, the last thing I want, anything that we do here, is falling apart. Obviously do the same on the other side. Cuff done.